Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Wong Lorene, and it is 6 o'clock p.m. on a Wednesday. This is where we do our thing with moving forward. That's right, we're here every Wednesday at 6 o'clock p.m. Moving forward is a platform for successful, driven people to share their stories, no matter the level of success. This show is for the driven, whether your income is less than 50,000 or more than 500,000. The question becomes, are you living your passion and are you happy? Hey, so on that note, I got my boy in the building. His name is Michael Elliott. What's up, boy?
What's up there, Wong? How you doing?
I'm
It's a
doing
pleasure. It's a
excellent.
pleasure being on your show.
Absolutely. You are definitely somebody that I wanted to interview. I have seen you on the grind since I've known you, and this big ringtone is just out of control in a good way. And we want to thank you for representing like that.
You know, thanks for having me on the show. I have to get it all praise to the Creator. For having us here through this time right now of what we got going on in the world as far as the coronavirus. So I'm thankful to be here, healthy, and being able to do this on this talk show. Um, this vague ringtone has been very interesting, and it's been, I mean,
Yes.
very exciting, and it's been a lot of fun. And a lot of times I take a look at um, some movement that we have done, throughout the year or so, and all of the people that is like the glue to it, that kind of stuck to it, that came around and was like, I'm the vague ringtone too. I'm vague ringtone too. And people started sticking like glue in. It was
Yes.
amazing. It was amazing. I mean, the hustle. Just a lot of people they follow me, and when they follow me, their whole thing is, well, I could do what he can do. If he could do it, I can do it. That's definitely true. Anybody can do it. But the
Mm-hmm.
one thing that I applied, and one of the things that I did in order to get it to where it was really moving at a fast pace is I took some time out with myself, and I just kind of like chilled out and kind of got my relaxation on. And the whole time that I was
Mm-hmm.
thinking, I was building a blueprint on how I was going to make this thing here really huge, make it big, and I was just building a blueprint. And as I built the blueprint to the vague ringtone, it was almost like an easy road. I mean, the road, was almost like a straight path because I had everything in order.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it seems like I'm all over the place, in the beginning and those types of
Mm-hmm.
things, those are places that I was required to be in order to be in the position that I was in and to be able to make the moves that I was making.
Mm-hmm.
I had to be at those certain spots. I started this thing out with $0. Um, it was like no money to the table at all.
Mm-hmm.
It all came from an idea, and with the idea, I
Wow.
wind up taking this idea and manifested for like
Mm.
maybe a month or two, and I figured it out. I was going to put out this ringtone. I wasn't thinking about putting a rap out. I wasn't thinking about putting no song out. I said, listen, just put out a ringtone, and people will like it because it's going to be great quality. It's going to be something that's interesting, and it's going to be something that's not normal on the everyday
Mm-hmm.
path. And I'm gonna show a person how you could hustle something. I'm gonna show you that anything that you get, you could hustle it and make money, and be successful with it. Most people, they'll start
Mm-hmm.
doing something for
Well,
like a month, and for that month, it'll look good, and
mm-hmm.
then the second month, it'll kind of fall off, and they'll probably quit and start something different. And that's just normal with people learning and
Exactly.
doing business. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things
Mm-hmm.
that I
Yeah.
apply is
So
go ahead.
talk. Okay, so talk a bit about. I mean, like, what mindset, Michael, to have to make your dream come true or your passion come true? What drives you?
Um, I'm self motivated. I'm driven just off of knowing that completion has to be done, and in order to complete it, I have to really stay focused, and I have to sacrifice, and I have to give up some things that I really enjoy doing. Some of the things that will slow my process down and not allow me to be able to think in the direction that my product is going, such as like I used to go out and play dominoes a lot and play chess all over town. And once I started working on the vague ringtone, the only thing I was thinking about was selling the vague ringtone. I was thinking about selling the vague ringtone every single day. I was dreaming, I'm gonna sell the vague ringtone. I'm gonna sell the vague ringtone. People would, at first like, oh, that's nothing. Nobody buy ringtones anymore. It was a lot of people,
Hmm.
lowballing the vague ringtone. I mean, I heard it constantly for like, 6 months, where people were, you know, this is, you ought to do something different. People were sending me messages, well, if this is your way to get your message out, fine, but ringtone is nothing. But the ringtone is more than just that. To go get up in the mindset and knowing that
Wow.
you could touch 50 people a day, and out of 50 people you get 19 or 17 people that are about a ringtone, but you touching 50 people a day. I remember one day I called this guy. His name is Nene. He works over at the Pearson Center. I called him at 7 o'clock in the morning, and he was like, "Man, you called me at 7 o'clock in the morning for a damn ringtone?" He
Hmm.
said he thought about it. He said, "Well, you are up early getting your hustle on." He wound up buying a sweatsuit. He bought the hoodie, and he didn't buy the ringtone. He says that he wasn't the type of person that uses his credit card over the phone, which I understood that. But he donated, some money. He donated some money, and it wasn't a small something. He donated a nice amount of money towards the vague ringtone, which is really cool. And um, with that started, one of the
Right.
things that really
Hmm.
motivated me to keep doing it, I ran into a really cool person. This person was so cool, and this person had been, in our eyes. We had seen her on TV, we had seen her on movies and talk shows. Was Vivica A. Fox. That was like a great motivation right there. When I ran into her and she told me to keep pushing, and um, that it was going to be successful and it was going to be something. And I would hear that every day, that her saying to me that, hey, listen, keep doing that. It's going to be something. It's going to be something. And that was
Yeah.
something that, you know, um, no quit, no quit, constantly move, drive. If you were, out in the streets, you had to hustle and you had to eat, and and the drive is like every single day or every minute of the day. I don't have anything else to do other than hustle this vague ringtone. I went out to the strip and I walked up and down the strip with a cardboard with the QR code on it, and I took the QR code and had everybody scan that QR code. It was just so much hustle, and um, the responsibility for me at the time was only sell the ringtone. Well, um, and
Yeah.
uh, and 10/1 2017, we had this tragic incident happen at the Mandalay Bay. And when that happened, uh, at the Mandalay
Yeah.
Bay, I wanted people to see Vegas as what we deliver Vegas as, and not what they seen on the strip, or what not somebody planted here for something to happen. I want them to see
Yeah.
Vegas as a better place. So Vegas is the acronym for vague. So Vegas, represents Vegas. And I was like, man, you know what? This I was like, listen, I'm gonna really make this even bigger now. I was like, I'm gonna make this huge. I was like, man, I got it, on my laptop. I mean, actually, it wasn't my laptop. I got on my iPad, and on my iPad, I got to just, um,
Yeah.
copying and pasting and copying and pasting, and I was sending out the link along with the saying about what we were like. I went down to Miami and I was on South Beach and I just like kind of like walked up and down the street and was telling people about what happened in Las Vegas and um, they were like they had sympathy for what happened and they was like, oh, they was buying the ringtone. I was down in Dallas and the same thing happened. I was down in San Antonio. When I came back to Vegas, um, people had seen me in different places and they had seen what
Mhm.
I was doing out there. So it was like automatically like we the city he talking about. So let's get on. So most people just started getting on, and I had people like pulling over. Once that happened, and what really makes me what I love is when somebody pull me over in the street and be like, "Hey, Mike, I got to get some vague ringtone gear. Man, he'll hook me up." And they right on the spot they buying 2 or 3 shirts or buying or ordering a sweatsuit. I mean that like that drive right there is like it's because not only do I just sell them a shirt, but we have conversation and we talk about real life stuff and they get a chance to hear some really good things
Mhm.
and even if some people bring some
Mhm.
light to their life. People are start changing avenues in their direction to doing things a lot greater because the vague ringtone is a positive movement and we've
Mhm.
seen a lot of stuff and a lot of tragedy
Mhm.
in our lifetime period, even the things that are going on now right now with what we doing with the vague ringtone. People are loving on it. The shows that we put together for artists that's like, you know, um, nobody even knows about these artists. And we put these artists on and automatically they're in tune with half of Vegas and some people from out of
Mhm.
town because they get a chance to see them perform. And I want to give a shout out to, it's like a little brother to me, but really he's just an artist that was performing. And the reason I call him a little brother is because if I give him information, he normally takes this information, but I want to
Mhm.
give words, big words, shout out. Big words got signed with Bentley Records. He did a video, really nice
Mhm.
video. I want to give him a shout out, definitely, for his success because he followed the path
Mhm.
of the vague ringtone and he
Mhm.
seen the hustle, and he followed. It's like when you see something that um, people are liking and people are enjoying, and they just like to be a part of something.
Mhm.
And what I did was I just the movement is peace, unity, and happiness and love.
Mhm.
And without having that, when you do have that, you have so many things that are simmered down to just
Mhm.
the low minimum of fun and family. Without any harsh uh, breakaways or somebody walking away want to knock somebody's head off.
Mhm.
Throughout anything. So the peace movement for the vague ringtone has been a motivation. I want to give a shout out to
Mhm.
everybody that's been a part of buying any of the vague ringtone gear, doing videos, and I gotta say, one of the things was really big was everybody wanted to do the video, and the video was to put their vague ringtone shirt on or hold it up after they buy it and say, "You better get yours," and everybody was like, "You better get yours, you better get yours," and I mean people were calling
Mhm.
me up and hitting me up on Facebook and Instagram. And I was sending shirts out to Illinois. I was sending them out to Florida.
Mhm.
And people would do these videos and they would send me the videos and I would put the videos out. You better get yours. And that alone was that was a love in my heart. Um, to see these people following a great
Yes.
movement and want to be peaceful and just loving on that. That makes me not want to give up, and spread it out even more. Kind of let people know that
Right.
it's old, but it's new. You know, they showed a picture on Facebook the other day with the family with the mother and the father and the kids, and then they just showed like another picture with the mother with a bunch of kids.
Mhm.
you know. So we're just trying to bring family structure,
Mhm.
great environment, and there's been a lot of people that has been a part of the vague ringtone that has helped along the way. There's been so many people, too many people to name. Um, there's
Mhm.
uh, there's
Mhm.
guys like Jesse Washington, my homeboy
Right.
Terrell Daughtery, uh, Dang, Lorraine, Shucks, Modern Proper, Kiko, Lee. There's so many people. Uh,
Wow.
Shucks, so many
Wow.
people to name. It's just kind of hard to name. Carter. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, so many
Yeah.
people that have helped out, that helped kept this push going. Um, Even went out and kind of sold some outfits. Worked in the event. Uh, Spread the word. Called people up.
Mm-hmm.
We have this thing where we just, people come and find us and
Mm-hmm.
come meet up with us, just come and, be a part of what we're doing. So that makes me just get out
Yeah.
and every day
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
attack the streets. Go ahead.
Definitely. So, Michael, I social media. You take, yeah, I notice on your social media you take pictures with a lot of people, and like how does that feel when people come up to you, take a picture with you? Find a picture of you by yourself because you are always with other people. How does that make you feel, Mike?
You know, to be loved by so many people, and just the recognition, people just recognize, and just they have that recognition that when they see me, they know that I stand for greatness, peace, and unity. And when they come up and they say, hey, look, let me take a picture with you, and they bring the vague ringtone up, that's deep. That's Vegas love.
Yeah,
That's showing real Vegas love, whether they're from Vegas but they're here now. It just show a lot of love, and it feels good. It's a warm feeling. It gives me an opportunity to see who's real people, and people that want to see change, and people that don't mind being a part of it. So it makes me, I mean, excited and happy to uh, be out somewhere, and you know somebody say, hey, there's the vague ringtone guy. That's like, I know you the vague ringtone dude. I hear that a lot. I'll be in a crowd and I introduce myself, and they'll be like, "Oh, I know
yeah.
you. You know my mom," or you know, something like that. And that's just like really cool. And to be in your own city and have that love, that's I mean that's fantastic.
That's awesome. So, as you know, this is a show about moving forward no matter what, getting your grind on no matter what anybody else has to say. But was there ever any time, Michael, where you wanted to just give up?
You know, that's always an option, is to give up. I ran I've ran a couple of different businesses. I had my a lot of people don't know, but
Mm-hmm.
I was the only African American restaurant owner, actually black soul food restaurant owner on the Las Vegas Boulevard, out next door to the Encore. So I had already know what it was like for failure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I had it for 3 years. It was a lot of work, and I failed at it. I tried to work a regular job,
Mm-hmm.
and work with other people. I failed at that. You know, so I know what it was like. So
Yeah.
doing this right here, um, it's only one option, and that option is to stay strong at it,
Mm-hmm.
nonstop, and continue to push. And that's kind of like
Mm-hmm.
what my mindset has been, is just to drive, 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 drive.
Mm-hmm.
I wake up in the middle of the night, and I get on my iPad, and I'll create something that needs to be created, or I do some research, some study to find some areas that need to
Mm-hmm.
be, and I'll make the vague ringtone part of that. And they call me Lucky. They even name me Lucky. They
Mm-hmm.
they they say,
Mm-hmm.
everything you do, man, you lucky. That's luck. And I mean, luck is good, and prayer is better. Luck is good and
Mhm.
prayer is better. So
Yes.
I'm a very
Yes.
spiritual person,
Yeah,
and anybody that's
definitely.
around me, know how
Yeah.
spiritual I am, and God has his eyes
Mhm.
on everybody, and some special people that he do special things for. It's just, it's fantastic when you can feel the shoes that the Lord wants you to feel.
Definitely. So what is the one thing you could tell our audience about determination, stick to itiveness, resilience, up on something that you believe in and that you have passion for? What advice would you have for people out there?
I would say, don't worry about what anybody say. If you have a blueprint on your dream and your vision, don't worry about if nobody else see your dream. Don't worry about if nobody else see your vision of this greatness, because nobody can see what you see. It's almost like if you're building a house and you don't have a blueprint and you're telling somebody, hey, put a board over there, and they say, well, I think the board should be over here.
Mhm,
So if they can't see
mhm,
what you really have inside, just never let nobody break your dream. You know, stay hard
mhm,
on your hustle, and in order to be the the harder you hustle, the harder you hustle at
mhm,
making moves and putting yourself in a better place to be able to make more money. That tells the tape, because you're giving yourself a job and you're hustling hard for your job, and that's work.
mhm,
You know, and most of these entertainers and actors, they've hustled so hard, they have walked their way right up to
mhm,
TV shows and parts in the movies, and all of those
mhm,
type of things. So I've been
mhm,
halfway. I've been halfway. I've been
mhm,
three quarters. And I've been making. I've been so many steps to be able to get to this certain level, and all of a sudden, you know, my interest was something different. Now that I really
mhm,
I learned a lot. I learned a lot along the way. So
mhm,
learning a lot made this drive a lot stronger, a lot easier for me, because my passion was one way. It was only one direction. I wasn't gonna listen to nobody.
mhm,
I wasn't gonna let nobody interfere with me,
mm,
and I sacrificed. That's one of the things. You
mm,
got to sacrifice something that you love. I don't care what it is. You got to sacrifice one thing that you love doing
mhm,
constant. And when you get rid of that, you'll have a lot of room
mhm.
to be able to
Yeah.
make your way and your path a lot powerful and stronger. And and a lot of times, God he'll just open the door for you, and he'll put people in your path, and people will just be right there for you, and all you have to do is just snap your fingers. And when you're good to God and you're doing
Mhm.
God's work, some of your worries
Amen.
are very little. And that's kind of how the vague ringtone do it.
Definitely. Definitely. Yeah, absolutely. You an uplifting gentleman. You've always been that way. And whenever I had a conversation with you, I just want to know. We have about 6 minutes left. So, but I need to get this in. What would you say to people that in the middle of this turbulence that we're in with the coronavirus and people getting involved, entrepreneurs do what they need to do because they can't get around the people that they get around. How does one stand type of an environment in your opinion?
Well, right now, movement is like definitely very short. I had a show that was supposed to be this Saturday on the 21st, and we had a lot of great artists, and there had been a lot of hype about people interested in being a part of the show, which was like something all new, because everybody that was a part of it was new. Nobody was old except for one person, and I had to cancel the show. And check on your loved ones. Just make sure your parents and your kids and everybody are close to you.
Hmm.
Stay in,
Mm,
kind of give the world what they want right now. If the world is asking this bad for people to stay in the house, then we have to kind of just be in place for that. And being an entrepreneur, being out here, prayer is going to help all of that, and we don't have to worry about the lows falling on us. Just faith and trust, and have belief that everything is going to work out well. And just stay out of the way. I'm staying out of the way. I'm trying not to be interactive with many people. I'm trying to just have as least contact with you know, as many individuals as possible. I'm trying not to be touching doors and uh, vending machines and teller machines. I'm trying to stay away from
mhm,
all of that, and then trying to keep my family and my kids away from that too,
mhm.
and just kind of just ride this wave out. Just ride this wave out.
Yeah, yeah. I agree. We got to write it out. We need on you. I'd like to for you to share with the public your social media, where they can get your gear, where they can download the ringtone. We need all of that out there.
Cool, right on. Listen, if you go to iTunes store, it's the pink star with the it's like the white star with the pink box around it. It's the iTunes store, and you can download it. The Vague Ringtone 3, and it's by Michael Elliott. That's for the ringtone. And if you want to go to uh, the website, it'll be the Vague Ringtone .club, which is TheVegRingtone .club. So that's the Vague Ringtone .club. On social media, on Instagram, you can find me under the underscore vague underscore ringtone. And on Facebook, you can find me at Michael Elliott. Uh, that's two L's, two T's. You'll see a picture of Vivica Fox on the uh, profile. And on Twitter, you can find me under the Vague Ringtone. So those are my social media platforms. Uh, I'm mostly on Instagram and Facebook. So make sure y'all download the Vague
Hey,
Ringtone.
all right. So that's right. Now give that again. Download the vague ringtone. Give us that again.
The Vague Ringtone, that's the iTunes store. The iTunes store, and you just go to the Vague Ringtone with the number three behind it. So that's TheVegRingtone with the number three behind it. So that's the Vague Ringtone 3, and it's on the iTunes store. It's that little white star with the purple box around it. Can't miss it if you got an iPhone. And if you want it on the Android, you just go to
Definitely. Oh, go ahead.
any social, I mean any networking music platform. You would just type in the and then you'll type in VEG, and then you'll get the one for the Android. That'll be under Michael Elliott too. So you could go to the Vague on Spotify, PlayStation, Pandora, or any of that type of stuff. Hey, listen, I thank you for having me on your show, Wong. This is
Wow.
like
You've done a real
great.
yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah. So we're going to be sharing this to Facebook as soon as we get off tonight. And hopefully we'll get to the iTunes store, to the Vague Ringtone 3. And
Yeah,
for you all that have Androids like me, it's the Vague, right?
right, right. So yeah,
All
pretty cool
right.
setup.
Well, Michael, it has been a pleasure. I'm always following you, always looking at what you're doing because I get inspired by other entrepreneurs. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I get inspired by people like you. Me was on my heart to do because so many people think that you got to make all of this money to be successful. Then you make it and you still aren't happy. So you brought some light to me. You definitely said what I needed you to say. So I thank you. And you have a good evening, and I'll see you soon.
all right. Peace.